Okay, welcome back to the next video. So in the last video we ran into this, which is a massive error of attempt to call method handle events a nil value. So, which is weird because we shouldn't have a nil value on handle events. Or it may be because I put an S on there. Quite possibly that I've put the S on there. And it is. It is literally that I have put an S on there. So that is the issue that we're running into here. So we need to fix that up. It should be handle event, not handle events. So we do that, we save, we come in again, we bring our log up so we can see it, we go fly mission start, we come all the way back down to the bottom, jump in again, fly, and hey look, we've got our tankers spawning, but we've also got another bunch of errors. So we need to go up and see what it's calling for this. So for some reason, it's what I feared might be happening. It's when we call back on our event. So on the Arco and Shell, but it's only on. And we've left the handle events there. Okay, let's go see if we can't figure this out. They're at least spawning, that's always a plus. So, quit mission editor. Okay, so the error we've got, apart from the fact that apparently I still have an S in here somewhere, which is just there. And this will be why Texaco didn't complain, is this. Where we're recalling our, I believe, no, attempt to index blue shell. Which is this, it's saying that blue Arco, blue shell, and I'm betting it'll be that one number. 144 on the Arco. 14. We haven't just added something, have we? $145 is the key number. So it's here, which means I apparently. Oh, because I messed up. Spawn and spawn. So, yeah, I messed up here. My bad. Again, this, you're seeing how coding works. Especially when it's late and you're tired and not well. So we're going to save that. We are going to again, well, we're going to actually save this. We're going to again come in, mission, load, tutorial, open. Okay, file, save, flights, fly mission, start. Game master. Okay, fly. And once again, we're looking down here. So we've got a scripting error. And somewhere in there I managed to put a 6 in the Arco call sign while we were doing all that. Yep, I did. Facepalm much more. File, save. Flights, fly mission, start. Okay, start, log, look, and another error. Quit mission editor. It's because it's a blue AWAC. Somewhere I didn't change I've not put an E on the blue AWAC. So the quickest way of finding this one, rather than going through all this one, is to search for blue. So if we do Control F, we'll get a find. We're going to search for blue AWAC, which is just here. We put an E on it. So it wouldn't have actually stopped everything from running properly, but it would cause an error. And we don't want errors, because if there's errors happening, then there's a chance of something will leak or the like. We don't want that. It's just poor scripting. We'll have to do a garbage collection at the end of all this script as well. So this time everything's loaded in properly. We've got our messages letting us know that they're rolling from home plate. We can't easily simulate these guys dying at the moment unless they go up and fly up and into these areas. But it's important because because these event triggers and things like that, we're going to use them a lot for other things, such as when to trigger certain responses from groups and the like, which allows far more control over things than what we would have otherwise. So with that done, and this now running properly, if we remove this and go take a look, again we can see our F-14's moving into escort. We may switch the time period just for the moment so you can actually see more than a black screen here. These guys are going to come in and they're going to escort this thing here. Our KC-130 is darken in here. Our MiGs are taking off and climbing. You can see it's actually it's moonless on the date we've got. So we may actually adjust the date as well, because we kind of want a moon for night viz as well. So let's go out mission editor. We're just going to change the date. Let's look up one where the moon is a half moon. So we're going to grab a new Google window, moon phase 21st June 220. Yeah, 1st of August, but it'll be also its setting and the like day. But we want, okay, so we'll do moonrise Dubai Derby on, we'll try the 3rd August 2020. Okay, so this is November, but we can jump ahead. So we want months. We'll try June for 2020. And this should also give us the phases, so we can, yeah. Moonrise is, so okay, if we set the date to the 13th of June, I believe, July, 13th of July, here at, okay, apparently this is claiming more like 8 o'clock. I did have it at 4 o'clock, that's right. But if we look, the moon should still be up when we come into this next time. And just to show that fly mission, yes, we want to save our changes. Start. Yeah, see. So now we can actually see things. So we have our tanker simulating it's coming up out of a takeoff. I will need to fix that, so it should not be down that low. I screwed up. Should be up where this guy is. Like we've got our jets about to take off here. We've got our KC-130 and AWACS taxiing over here. And if we come over to Eldraff, we've got the same happening over here. And all our fighters and everything up and over here. So there'll be a set here that are warming up and getting ready to go as well. Yeah, we can see one here. And there's the other one, because they're the hangars that are... okay, maybe not. It could be any of these guys. But he's going to taxi down and he'll take off, and you get the point. The other thing we want to see, though, is if we come in here and we look around... oh, I probably can't see the moon. DCS is meant to have a correct moon set. So we're going to have to hope that it's day-night calendar and everything is correct. But this gives us our supports, it gives us our enemy air. So what next? Well, we have to start looking at our friendly SAM sites. These are going to be fixed emplacements. We're not going to change them, so we can do these fairly easy. I'm just going to come here. We can actually come to our templates, because these will be, the Patriot site will be in it comes default. So with the Patriot site, we're going to set up a Patriot at Eldraff. Right here with a click. And that Patriot's going to cover this area here. We're going to set up another one at Lirua. We need it to be in basically the circle, because the circle is the rearm refuel radius normally. So it's going to be set up looking north like so, and we're going to move some of these units. Ah, crap. We need to click off here. So we want to move these units back a little bit, and we want to actually delete that one. So that gives us our launcher down at Liua. Not that Lira is probably going to be used. Now the problem is, if we put a launcher in up at Raz here, it's basically going to cover this entire area, and it's just going to make life hell. It's going to be shooting everything down and be a nightmare. So we are going to put one in at Eldrafra. We're going to call this, we need to give these a name, so this is going to be Pat Sam 01. This one's going to be Pat Sam 0. So Pat Sam 0. And we can always look at our units here. So I can't remember if I actually called. Yeah, see, I didn't capitalize this. And I prefer 1. We'll just do it 1. Then we're going to copy this one. I want at least a Patriot at Almin. Just here will do. So this one's going to be 2. And what this has given us is it's given us our 3 main SAM sites, and we'll stick in a couple of IRs and the like down. So we're going to use the same Patriot group, but we're going to come in and we're going to change it. So this is going to be blue close def. So come back to group 1, air defense. We could put a rapier in here. But we're going to say that the most I've managed to do is get an Roland up here for EWR purposes, which is still going to give us a really good EWR radar. I'm not certain how far the actual air defense unit covers. I mean, the threat range is fairly big. We're going to delete the rest of these units so we get the proper ring ranges. See, that's better. A lot smaller ring. So we're going to have the Roland search and the ADS. There's an option here I'm looking for, set option, across swarm, perform command, no set, start en route, okay, no, perform task. Technically it's meant to be able to be on the ELPR network, so we may actually have to put this in manually. So do this, air defense, and we selected the wrong thing, delete, edit, delete, EWR. It's not showing up. Maybe they fixed it because it was being buggy. Who knows? That's DCS. So that there. We want to set this group up because we're going to have targets trying for these occasionally. We will set something up for that. This is going to be an air defense system. We're going to have 2 of these launchers, and we're going to put in a linebacker. Down over here, and another linebacker down over here, and finally we're going to give a Vulcan Avenger, I think it is actually. No, just want it's a Vulcan. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to put some Vulcans in on either side here. So that gives us our Vulcans. So this is close in defense here. And the other thing we're going to do is copy that. Change this to close def 0. Going to move some stuff around just a little bit here. So this is going to be close def 1. This is going to be close def 2. So that gives us our blue defensive areas. And again, we'll script these in a moment. Next, we want to set up the point. So this is going to be the points where we want SAMs to spawn for red for. These aren't going to be the actual SAMs, however. So we want except for here, Kasab, we're actually going to do our proper package in Kasab because this is our target area and we want the players to be able to actually target things, but we want surprises everywhere else, so that the players have to think that they can't just act and think that they know exactly what's going on. So we're going to set this guy up here. We're going to make him Russian, and we're going to call this B Sam. R Sam spawn 1. It's going to be late activated. And it's hidden on planner because we don't want it showing up. So it's going to be roughly here. Going to grab another one. We're going to put it up here at Quashim. I'm going to put another one here at Alaric Island. Another one up here. They're going to have one on the coast just here. And another one over here. Now we could put more in. We could put them all the way back up here at the air bases and all this stuff. And the big one here too. Yeah, that should be red as well. Red. Now update all these to be red. Because really, in Iran, if they need to land, they're going to land. But these are just our templates, and we need to go through and we need to update the names. But this is where this comes in handy. We're going to make certain that you guys can actually see this and I'm not messing up again. Kill all these, and we're going to show Red Coalition only. We're going to call this one Blue Spawn 2. Blue Spawn 3, Blue Spawn 4, Blue Spawn 5, and Blue Spawn 6. So there's our set for that. Now, just like before when we made these templates, we're going to come up here and we're going to make a couple of templates for our SAMs. So this is going to be SAM template SA10. And it's going to be Irani. I believe the Irans will give us an SA10. Okay, no, it won't. Here it will. Okay, so there we go, SA10. So it's going to be a search radar. It's going to have a secondary search radar, like so. So we want that one, then that one. Then we want the track radar, target radar. Now we want the launchers. We want a command post. Now we want the launchers. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. How much space are we actually covering here? Let's tighten this up just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's our SA10. We're not going to put. We're just going to put some close in non-Tor stuff. So we're going to put a shulker in for AAA on either side here, and we're going to put in a do we have we don't have any mobile heat beyond don't even see man portable there. That's interesting. Okay. So this gives us our Hawk template, our SA10 template. Make certain that that's late activation. We're going to copy this. I'm going to move it out here. It's simply so we've got the template stuff already done. This one we're going to make a Hawk. So this is going to be a Hawk. So we're going to come to number 1. Again, we're going to tell all these to go away. We're going to come Hawk. We're going to go PCB, search radar, track radar, launcher, seawall, and another launcher. Move these out, adjust them. These guys are going to have insurgents on Uriels basically for protection. Now the one thing that's going to happen is these guys will run out of SAMs after launching for a while. Because they don't have anything to restock them unless they're inside one of these circles. So if this guy will be whatever spawns here will be able to resupply. This guy probably won't be able to resupply unless we move him over closer to here. This guy won't be able to resupply. This guy won't be able to resupply. This guy won't be able to, nor will this guy. So that we can fix that. We can give them the ability to respawn, but we're not going to for this one. At least not on these templates. We will give the one down in the valley the ability to. So we're going to make a Russian air defense column here, simply because it gives us a little bit more choice, and we're going to, on this one, it's actually going to be a pain in the ass site. So it's going to be template SA15. So we're going to go back to here, we're going to close everything down. It's going to be it's actually going to be a book site, so we really should call it a book site, but so an SA11, but it's going to roll with an SA15. It's going to be the one that if you actually get it, you'd probably swear at me, which does happen. And then we're going to put in a shulker and a SA9, which is a stroller. I'm going to put two of these, just a couple of these actually. So now we spread these guys out a little bit. And that gives us our 3 SAM templates that we're going to use for the moment. So what we need to do is come back to our scripting. So here, we're going to come up the top here. We're going to create a new constant called red SAM templates. It's going to equal this, and we're going to type S, and we're going to go comma, just paste, comma, hawk. So these are going to store our red SAM templates. Now we need to spawn them in. So we're going to come down here and we're going to create a new spawn area. And this is where having these do functions and the like come in handy. So this is supports spawning. It's going to be red SAM spawning. Again, do and. So, if you remember correctly, we named these red spawn 1, 2, 3, etc. Like this. So we're going to create one called red SAM 1 equals spawn new from this init randomize template by prefixes here. Right, so this basically selects a list, and it's going to select it from this. And then it's going to randomize our position slightly. The problem with doing a randomized position is that we can have some end up on a on the runways and the like if we've got something too close. So if we go true the outer radius, so on this one, this is going to give me it in feet, and I think, but I'm fairly certain 3,000 feet to meters. So basically within a thousand meters we should be fine. So 1,000 in a radius of 50, and then we just want it to spawn. So it'll spawn that one. We're just going to copy this. We're going to red spawn 3, 4. How many did we have? 6. Two, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this should spawn in our red SAM sites. Again, we're going to come out. We're going to come here. We're going to come here. We're going to go tutorial lure. We're going to go open. Tutorial lure. Okay. We're going to go file, save, fly mission, start. And we're going to have a look here. So fly. And again, we're going to bring up and check this. Scroll down. Not seeing any massive error codes in our spawns. Seeing a lot of spawning of red SAMs, and if we come and look, so we now have a shulker with a Tor. So we have a Tor at Tanub Island. We have what looks to be a SA-10 here. SA-10 here. What have we got over on this island? SA-10 there. Another, this is a Tor site here. And an SA-10 or the like there. So that was the random picks we got this time. If we ran it again, we could have completely different units here. So it means we've got a dynamic threat. We're back up to about 36 minutes at the moment on this one, so we're going to pause for a second. We're going to go quit, back out to the mission editor. I'm going to pause because I need a drink, and we'll continue in a minute. Okay, so now that we've got these spawning dynamically, we're going to actually start working on some other bits and pieces for this. Now, with these like they are, we could technically have a way to kill them if, say, a certain area was struck. These guys would all go green, but we're actually going to save that for down here, where we basically are going to set up what we want for the area that's going to be captured down here, and things are going to start getting a lot more dynamic and the like on where we want to move in and have units capture, things like that. So first off, we're going to actually create the group that's holding Kasab from being taken. So in this case, we're going to call this one, we'll call it the 9th Armoured Division. It's going to be Irani armor. So they're going to have some T-72s that they've brought in, and put defensive. So we're gonna actually have a look at the lay of the land here. Problem is, this is very much a valley, so there's not a lot of places that they can move and the like. So we're going to, or even have defences or the like, and you'll notice we can't move them over onto the water there. So we're going to put that one there. This one here, they're going to be facing in the correct direction. so this gives us, we actually want 10. This gives us our tank column, and the problem we're going to run into, like before, these guys aren't going to exactly have a lot on the way of any air defences while they're on the Irani, which doesn't make 100% sense. They don't have any mobile air defences on the Irani side. It seems a little stupid, because if we come in here, and start looking, we've got the Cub, but the problem with the Cub is it's not really a truly mobile system. So we will give it some shulkers. They will be travelling with shulkers. I'm going to stick a shulker there and there. So that's one of our armoured divisions. They're going to protect here. We're going to stick another armoured division, so we're going to actually just copy this one. They're going to be defending this pass down here, because the idea is we're going to run under the theory that a landing was done somewhere over here, and we have a small armoured column or the like that's waiting for confirmation that these guys have been that these ninth guys have been destroyed and the road's clear, type thing. So we're going to move this one in here, set him up here. We actually need to find the first unit, which was this unit, I believe, so we'll set up from it. So this one's going to be here. It's going to be facing like this. This one can come back. You can sit back here. This one can move over here, like so. One here, like so, and then finally this one in here, like this. So this gives us kind of this group that's going to be defending this pass down and into here. And we'll put some infantry and the like in shortly, in a moment, but we want to come in and we're going to set up some commands for these guys. So they're going to set options. Their ROE is going to be red, so they're going to engage anything that comes along. We move these guys just to a little bit more strategic positions as well. I mean, there's not a lot if they want to cover this broad area, this thing. Same with these guys, we're going to set the ROE to weapons free, and we're going to add an alarm state of auto. We want them to disperse under fire for that's 10 minutes. We want them to do it for 5 minutes. So these guys will disperse if they come under fire, while these guys, we want them to actually hold position. They will not disperse. They will also be weapons free. And we can also tell them to engage anything that's launched at them. They're going to try and keep themselves alive. So that gives us these two. We're going to put in some man pads, but we also need the air defences. Now, as you notice, we don't have a lot in the way of mobile air defences that we could put down here. So we're basically going to have to run we're going to have to run a Russian unit in here for the SA-15. But that's great because we can actually use that. We can use that to tell if that specific SAM site's been taken down, so we can trigger some other scripting to send in a helicopter group or the like, which we plan on doing. So what we want to do here is we're going to call this 9th Armoured SAM, but we're going to change it from Iran to Russian, and we're going to add a SA-15, so one SA-15, two SA-9s, two SA-9s and two shulkers. And again, we're going to position these guys somewhat logically. So these guys are going to be wanting to where they can, and logically, and where they can actually get to, realistically get to, because this is a valley. We'll have a look at it in a minute, and yeah, we don't want unrealistic BS happening. So this is from memory a shallow enough hill here that you could probably put a Tor on, but they know most of their threats are probably going to come from the south, so they're actually going to situate themselves just on this set here. So this is a high point, so they're going to situate this Tor there. They're going to move one of the SA-9s down and into the city a little bit over here. Another one in over here, and then the air defense units, they're just going to set up around the base. So if we save this and go in and look, we don't have to worry about scripting or the like. We've not written any new scripting. We're going to come in here and we're going to have a look at what we've just done. So F6, or F7 I should say, allows us to scroll through units. If we have a look here, so this Tor probably need to bring it forwards just a little bit, situate it more over on that flat-ish area. But it's going to have good coverage of anything popping over. But you're still going to be able to get below it because of the valleys. And at the same time, we're going to have good coverage for most of our other units, like this and the like. We can see some of these others here. So if we come over here and have a look, we can see one of the tank covering the valley area down that way. We may actually spin this other guy here up near him because it'll give him better coverage. So let's go do that, and then we'll finish this video up and start the next one where we'll start scripting some of this stuff. So we wanted to move this guy just a little bit this way off that peak, and we wanted to move this guy, I believe it was. It's a bit hard to see some of the lines on this one. A little bit this way, and this guy a little bit this side, like so. And with that, we're going to again save, and we're going to stop the video here, and we'll start on the next one, which, as I just said, will be doing some of the scripting for what's going to happen with these, and also starting to add the blue forces that's going to come in. And we'll probably add some infantry in, and a blue and a red force that's coming in to reinforce this stuff, and if they get there, then some units will appear and things like that. Okay, see you in the next video.